Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping.
Woo, 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 woo. Jai, you gonna make me just be on this screen by myself here, looking like a weirdo with a bunch of Turkey fans behind me?
Wait, let me clean up.
Yeah, you clean up. I got it from here. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday. I need to there's one thing I gotta do when we go live. Let me do I'll turn this down. Does that work? No, I can't turn the music down. Jai's got it. I gotta find us out here. This is my request of anybody that's jumping on. If you jump on my personal Facebook page, please head over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping Facebook page to watch, because then if you comment, Jai and I can see it on the screen and we can interact with you. And look at that. Look at that guy. What's up, Rob?
What's up?
I'm gonna go in. Yeah, you got the green screen. You just turn it. It couldn't handle it. I have I got distracted. I got to get over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page. Actually, Jai, do you want to go get the link from the Best Damn Bookkeeping page and put it in my personal feed so people that jump on my personal feed can go to the bookkeeping page? So yeah, Jai's going to throw the link in there. If you land on my personal Facebook page, click on the link to go over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page. That way, when you comment and you interact with us, we can actually put it on the screen and have some fun. Rob, you want to know something really embarrassing? So for the last,
you thought that the Yeti cooler was an actual ice house.
It could be. All you got to do is drill some holes in the bottom of it. You could turn that into an ice house. No. For the last few months, my old microphone, this is the old microphone right here, and it just hasn't been working. And so I switched to this microphone here that, as you can tell by how loud that was, it is working. But it was just on this little stand instead of on the arm. And so I was always a little too far from the mic and the audio was a little distant, which is fine because I'm really loud, but it's not as crisp when you're not right by the mic. And Jai, when we jumped on, he's like, yeah, why don't you just put the microphone on the mic arm? And I was like, well, it's not, it's on this little stand. And he's like, yeah, so take it off the stand and put it on the arm. And I was like, I don't think it comes. And then I was like, I don't think it comes off the stand.
I don't think these screws come off. They're permanent screws.
As I unscrewed the bottom of the stand, it was so flush. I thought it was flush onto that screw. And I didn't realize it was screwed onto the screw. I thought it was just one piece.
Just like this one. It is permanently mounted, I'm sure.
It is permanently mounted on there. But this one looked so flush that I didn't think it was two parts. I got fooled. I got bamboozled. Bamboozled, Rob. Yeah, that's why we got Jai. So now the microphone's here, and I can do cool microphone stuff with it, move it closer to my face so people can actually hear me. It's a new year. Big things happening. Microphone fixed. Who knows what else is going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
Happy
New Year, everyone.
I got my cocktail ready to go. Oh, it's getting even better because now we got the full quad effect now that Michael's in the house.
Uh-oh.
Stuff.
Mr. California.
Here's my first question for you guys. Do you think 6-7, how far does it make it into this year? It's got to be almost done, right? Can we just be done with this?
Dude, we're at church.
What does it even mean?
Yeah, my dad, it's bad when my dad was like, what does it mean? And we're like, it's a great question, Dad. We still don't know what it means.
Nothing. It means nothing. 67 more days till it's done. Jack Morris. I think that's the only. But I think what it's going to be is it's going to be like the sign in the bar that says free beer tomorrow. It's always going to be 67 days away, right? It's always going to be 6-7 days away. We'll see. Everybody will be better off when that one goes away.
Building my brick wall.
There you go. That's nice. Yeah, you're fast. Good construction. You get so much done in the off season. You can literally build a brick wall. You have so much time.
I'm just thinking how bad my brick wall would be if I had to build a brick wall and it wasn't
that would be a good obstacle course challenge. Maybe out ice fishing. When we're ice fishing, we'll do a brick wall challenge.
But there's less distractions when ice fishing. I mean, granted, the entire time is a distraction, but
That's true.
you have an entire room full of ADD entrepreneurs. What?
Yeah, huh? Let's do this. I want to talk about some Cruitin stuff today because January, like we have data going back years and years and years, and January is always the best time to recruit. I'm gonna get into that in a sec, but we just kind of like skipped over a couple weeks of doing podcasts. It was the holidays. Let's do. I want everybody's most like eventful holiday, funny, grateful, whatever you got. I'm dealing poker here. I'll go last. Rob, you're next on my poker table that I'm dealing. Give us a little holiday story, holiday highlight. What was good? What was bad? What was fun? What was terrible?
Man, it's like when I go out on a date with my wife, and then she's like, "By the way, I have questions that I want to ask you." These are conversation starters. Like, no, these are not. It's bullshit. These are argument starters. You look at these questions ahead of time, have already thought about things, and then, hey, Rob, here's a microphone. No, I mean, Christmas is always fun for us. We basically have all the family in town, and so it's Tori's family comes over in the morning, and we do breakfast, and then we do oysters. We put them in muffin tins and put cheese and seasonings and stuff and broil them. Really good, really fresh oysters. Those are the slimy things that y'all were like, okay, sure, we'll try.
Boogers. Yeah, the boogers.
Yeah, they are very much like that. And then my whole family came over afterwards, so that was good. I don't know. We were trying to rent a house, and that fell through, but it worked out okay. So
like rent one locally, just to have more room, or
no. Tori's family's got a house that they used to do for like Airbnbs, and it's been the house for like 50 years or whatever. But it's like right on the water in Annapolis, and it's an hour away from home, which it's still like the one guy, he's an attorney, the Brits, he's an attorney, so like he had to go to court one day, so he just drove down, went to court, came back, and like we all just chilled at the house. So
yeah,
it's good
that
fun
works.
time. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Jai, how about you? I know you guys in the Philippines start celebrating Christmas about 5 months early. By the time you get to Christmas, is it still like an event, or have you guys celebrated it for so long already that it doesn't have the spike of an event anymore?
It'll be ongoing till February. Our Christmas tree is still up. Like,
ours is up and our lights are on, but that's only because we're lazy.
No, it's because it's still cold here.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
The cold. Yeah, you got to warm up by the fireplace.
Yeah. We don't have a fireplace though, but
yeah. Or trees. There's no actual real live Christmas trees either, unless you're a celebrity. Because there's no what are you doing? You run like pine trees in the Philippines?
I mean, you could throw lights on a palm tree. That's fine. Yeah. It's just a tree that looks Christmassy.
If you haven't seen it, Jim Gaffigan thing about Christmas trees, he's like, it's literally like a drunk person came up with this. Like, hey, we're gonna cut it on a tree. We're gonna put it inside our living room, and we're gonna put a whole bunch of trash. Or no, maybe it was Nate Bargatze. One of those two was like making a video about it. He's like, this literally sounds like a tree. And what are you gonna do with the tree when it's over? Well, we're gonna just chuck it outside the house. That's it. Yeah,
maybe light it on fire.
We're gonna
maybe
throw it out in the front yard. That's it.
Yeah. Jack Moore says broomstick with some glitter. Be just as good as a Christmas tree. Michael, how about you? What'd you do?
So I have a 3-month-old baby.
Your baby stuff.
Thank you, Rob. So, baby stuff is happening. Last year we had a banger at our house for New Year's Eve, a karaoke night and friends over. It was fun. And this year everybody was asleep at 9:30 p.m.
That's why you have a 3-month-old.
Yeah, that's why. Exactly. Hey, yeah, you're right, Rob. How babies work.
Maths.
So my son has been he's learning how to read, and he loves AI. He's had this own AI.
Your 3-month-old son is already learning how to read.
Now it's a daughter that's 3 months old. My 6-year-old son, Thomas. Yeah. He's been really into just learning, just programming, just really, really basic stuff. Anyway, he wanted a 3D printer. So we bought him a 3D printer, and he has just gone gangbusters on this thing. He's printing so many things, and now he's like talking to ChatGPT and like, oh, I want to make this. So it's like actually making programs to do pretty simple stuff, but it's neat just watching him just come home and just so excited to talk to ChatGPT and learn how to make some 3D printed stuff. I could show you some cool stuff.
I was gonna say, what has he made so far? Like, what's the cool stuff he's?
So one, it poops a lot, so like it has the excess and just spits out all this stuff. So he made a little container for it. It's like it looks like one of the Ghostbusters, like a mouth open. He made a panda bear that the arms move around on. He made a boat that floats. Just like I don't know, just whatever crazy ideas. A couple of little Pokemon things that he's just like characters that he's made up in his head.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so he's having a lot of fun with it.
Heck yeah.
But it's actually like $250. You get a decent 3D printer. It's the filament that costs all the money. I didn't realize that. We're already probably $100 in a filament right now.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
They definitely get you with the filament for sure.
That's fun, man. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had a not as fun but turning into fun situation. We got out to do our like annual ice fishing trip, and I had like gone through our fish house and kind of taken stock of what we had and what we needed and whatever. And I pulled the fish house to my house. Like we stored at Marty's cousin's place, pulled it over to my house so we could like load it up. And I loaded up with whatever stuff we needed. We got up on the ice and then started moving stuff around and noticed that the sleeping bag up on the front bunk was covered in mouse shit and then had a bunch of piss in it. And then there was, the stuffing was all over the place. And we clearly had a mice infestation in our fish house late in the fall at some point. And like one of the like the cots that was in there was all gross. And so it was like 2 sleeping bags got thrown away, 1 mat. There's mice shit kind of everywhere that we vacuumed up.
Fish bait?
What?
Was it fish bait?
Could have been. Going for perch out on Leech Lake. Those little perch would have eaten that up.
Maybe that's what we needed to do for bait.
That might have been. But it was frustrating because like we just got, it's a 5-hour drive to get up there. We just got up there. It's cold out. We're trying to like get everything situated. And then like the kids just had to sit in the truck the whole time playing on tablets and whatever. While Marty and I are like friggin' trying to disinfect the entire fish house and like vacuum up all the mice shit and like figure out which cushions were okay and which ones were not okay. And we got that all figured out. We got kind of like situated, cleaned up. And then like 2 nights in, the furnace died. It was actually during the day. Like it wasn't overnight, which is nice. It sucks when it happens overnight. But this furnace I've had issues with for like 4 or 5 years. And Ben was staying next to me. And Ben, when I texted and said the furnace is out, Ben said, Dan, after this week, I will no longer be your friend if you still own this fish house. Because it's like one of those assets where it's always something. And Marty and I have already had the discussion about getting a new fish house for like 3 or 4 years. I'm cheap. I don't want to buy the new thing. I have this thing that already works. And I like that it kind of sucks so that if we ruin it, I don't have to feel bad about it. But we got the furnace fixed and I ordered a new fish house. And so that was last weekend. And now Friday I go pick up a new fish house. So it sucks, but it's exciting to upgrade to a nicer, bigger, more spacious, especially like with Marty and the 3 kids. And like somehow our kids keep getting bigger. It's like crazy. And they have more shit and they like, it's all over the place. So it'll be nice to have some room out ice fishing.
Nice.
Do you want to come now, Michael? Are you ready to come ice fishing now?
This is the warmest piece of clothing that I own. So
and he is
the fish house is 70. The fish house is kept at 70. It could be 72 if that made you feel better. And this fish house has 2 furnaces. So if one goes out, it adds the other one. So,
you splurged. You went from extreme frugality to 2 furnaces?
2 furnaces.
All right.
Does it have 2 bathrooms?
No, still just the 1 bucket up in the front. I didn't even get the version. There's a bougie version with like a bathroom up in the front, but I use it 99% for ice fishing, and like you don't have water anyway, and I don't want to do the water heating. Ben messes with all that stuff. I'm just like, nah, we got a bucket with a toilet seat lid on it. We good. We good.
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 Yep.
This front room has more space than my old one. This front room will have more space for you when you get food poisoning or whatever stomach bug you brought in on us last year, Rob. This will have more room for you.
Yeah. I wanted to text Trevor and be like, "Come on, man, you come back. I promise I will not give you the plague. If I do, I'm probably never coming back to ice fishing again because it's something. Granted, it'll be a new house, it'll be a new lake, or better lake.
Yeah.
And the burp queen of northern Minnesota won't be there.
No.
Well, we don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. We will go to a bar. She might be there. You never know. I want to do this though. We got to. I'm gonna talk a little Cruitin here, and then we're gonna have like a little story time for the rest of the episode because it's like employee central now. Even though it doesn't seem like it, because most businesses slow down and we're like laying people off. The math of it is, and this is still a bookkeeping show by its nature. So the math of it is, recruiting right now is by far the best time. Like right now is the best time to get your recruiting done. And that's for a couple reasons. But if you just think about it like supply and demand, right? More people are entering the labor market now because very few people search for a job over the holidays. They just don't want to go without a paycheck. And so they don't make huge life choices right before the holidays. They kind of run with whatever they got. And January comes and you get the people that are like, yep, New Year's resolution. I'm getting a new job. I'm turning a new leaf. It's a new opportunity to get out of the holidays. And they're like ready for something new. And so people hit the labor market pretty hot and heavy this time of year. And so the supply side gets thick and it starts happening like right now. On the demand side, like all of our competitors, and I say ours, and like all of us as small business owners, everybody we're competing with in the labor market, which keep in mind is damn near everybody. It's different than your marketing and your sales competitors. Like those are people that do the same service as you. Your competitors in the labor market are everybody else that could hire that person, which could be Amazon. It could be the manufacturing company down the street. It might be the other pressure washing company or the other landscaping company or the other HVAC company. But you're competing in a labor market with way more sophisticated competitors. And we know that the data shows there are way less people recruiting right now. There's way less demand for all those applicants. Like the supply of applicants is going up and the demand for applicants is at its low, which means, back to economics 101, the price is way lower. So you have way better candidates, way more of them for way cheaper. And the rebuttal, if you're sitting there listening to this and you're like, yeah, but your rebuttal is, well, I don't need people until March or April, so I can't recruit them now, right? And I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. You can. You can't hire them right now. Like, don't hire them right now. I'm not telling you to go start hiring people right now that you need in March and April. I'm telling you to recruit them. No different than marketing, building a list, nurturing leads. Recruiting is the same thing. You're just building relationships. And it's absolutely wildly okay. And I have like a couple personal experiences of this happening right now. It's wildly okay to recruit people and tell them, I don't have a job for you until April, until March. And we're going to stay in touch. And if you have a job now, stay there and we'll figure it out. Or if you don't have a job now and you need a job, go get a job. That doesn't mean I can't hire you in 3 months, right? Maybe you love that job and you stay there. Maybe you're like, I can't wait to get out of here and go work for Rob. That's either way is fine. But build your list now, and you build it for pennies on the dollar in January into early February compared to if you wait till in March and April when everybody's recruiting. And by the way, the people that were proactive and started recruiting now, they all scooped up the good ones already. The good ones are gone because the people that started recruiting now already scooped them up. So if you like, now is the time to start recruiting. We say ABCs that you should always be recruiting, but if there were a time and you had to make a bet, right now is the time to make the bet and go build the list. And we're going to tell some stories here, but the first story I want to tell is happening to me right now. And this is a testament to recruiting when the market is good, which is I was sitting in my mice shit infested fish house and I had the week off, but like you guys all know me. I can't not work, right? I have Starlink up there and I've got the laptop and I'm dabbling with some stuff. I actually am building my list of I'm building my list of Blue Skies clients that I haven't reached out to ever, which is like 200. I still have like 200 people that were Blue Skies clients that I can still go sell to. That I was like, okay, I should probably like do that, right? I get the wheels going. So I'm doing some things, catching up on work, and my number 2 account manager, who I was already like starting to position to do some like people management on our team. She's just awesome. She messaged me with one of those like, "Hey Dan, do you have a few minutes?" And I'm like, "Uh-oh." Like sometimes that's a, "Hey, I need some help," but it just doesn't feel like it is. It feels like a, "Hey, I'm not going to be here much longer." And her and her husband own a business together, but she's obviously working full time for me, so hasn't been able to work on that business. So she jumped on me and she's like, "Hey, I got this other part-time gig that's doing more of a finance thing and for women's own businesses. And like, it's like an opportunity I can't pass up. And it gives me it's less than 40 hours a week, but that gives me time to like work on my business with my husband." And I was like, "Katya, I hate you. And that's awesome. Like, let me know how I can help. And also, you suck. And also, like one of those where it's like, I'm so proud of you and I'm super, super happy for you.
You need
But
bookkeeping.
Like, shit."
Did you immediately say, "Hey, I know some bookkeeping companies"?
I think she can probably handle it.
She can probably handle it
good.
herself.
She can probably handle their books. But in a previous world for me, I would have been like, "Oh no, I need to start recruiting." But I didn't. And I was already planning on starting a new account manager in January anyway. Now I kind of need 3. That's right. Like I'm replacing one person and it's going to take at least 2 people right away to handle what she could handle. And like, we can't have a lapse with our clients, right? They will eventually be able to handle what she handles, but it will take each of them 6 months to be, I mean, she's been with me since like the get-go. It's going to take me a while to replace her. It will be 2 people in training to be able to handle her workload. And we're going to take some of her clients and split them off. So I really need to bring 2 people on ASAP and another within the next month. And that would have kept me up at night for nights and nights and nights previously. But instead I was like, I got Emil, who's planning on starting in January. Let me send him a note. I got Kyle, who I was in communication with 2 weeks ago, who's ready to come. And I told him I would give him an update. So I'm about to give him an update. I got Todd, who's waiting for me to reach out to him and let him know when. I got Amanda, who's going to be an awesome fit. And she's employed, but just is waiting for me to reach out to her. I messaged those 4 people. Amanda ended up taking a job in November, so she can't come and work for us, but not right now. And her and I both went back and forth, and we're like, "Hey, it's going to be an awesome fit. Sounds like you got a great fit, but someday you're going to work for Best Damn Bookkeeping. Let me know when like how your current role works out, and just know that there's always a home for you here. Like we got you when the time is right for you to come work here." My other 3 dudes, I got one of them starting next week. I got a conversation with one tomorrow. I got a conversation with the other on Monday. And I didn't do any recruiting because I recruited all 4 of them over a year ago. And I think it's just so important that if you do this right and go get the right contacts at the right time and you build a list at the right time, they're always out there. Even if they have a job somewhere else, like hopefully they have a job somewhere else, right? You want them to be employed, like working on stuff. But there was a half a day of like me feeling sorry for myself. Like Kati is amazing. She's great. And so, yeah, I have a pipeline and we have new people coming in and that's awesome. No shitting about it though. Like we're losing an awesome employee and that always sucks. And so like, I felt sorry for myself about that. And I totally made her feel guilty about it. I made sure to make her feel really guilty about it. We were laughing about it on the call. But I didn't have to feel like, oh no, what am I going to do? I need to start recruiting. I need to like react, right? Needed to send some notes out to the people I'd already built relationships with, and we won't miss a beat. And for our client's sake, we won't miss a beat, right? And I think that's just so important. And so when I say like always be cruitin' and start now, it's that reason that if you have the list and you know who you're going to reach out to first and you nurture it and stay in contact with them, they don't go anywhere. Like they can take all the jobs in the world that they want, but when you reach out to them, like it's still always an opportunity for them to come work for you. And I remember like I told Skip, who's our GM, like, "Hey Skip, we're losing Katya." And I sent 4 messages to like the next 4 rock stars that we have already recruited. Like, don't panic. We'll be fine. And it just changes the mentality. It changes You don't have to take a step back to try to take a step forward. You can keep growing. Yeah, you're replacing a really important piece of the puzzle, but it changes your mindset about it so much. So that's my story to bring it full circle. Jai, do we need to take a commercial break? Should we take a commercial break? Probably.
No, we're good. We're good.
Are we good?
Yeah.
So one thing, Dan, let's piggyback on that since we're good. I wrote down 2 notes as you were talking, and I actually wrote down 5 notes, but you talked about 3 of those. So A players, specifically the ones that get gobbled up really quickly. The reason you recruit all the time is if you're only recruiting when you absolutely need somebody, you're only grabbing that pool of A players that's right there. And if anybody has been in business long enough, you know that somebody super talented is going to come off really quickly. They're going to get a job very quick. And so if you just pop in for a week and then pop out for a week, you just have that one little pool of A player candidates. And where all of us, I think, that are having multiple employees or trucks running have a need to have really good, talented people who have bought into our culture all the time. Another really good reason. 2 is, I know Rob can attest to this. This is circa 2019, 2020, Rob, when we work together every week, is missing a season because you weren't prepared for it, right? You had techs that weren't trained, weren't ready to go. And if you are running a 7-figure business that is seasonal, exterior cleaning, pest control, landscaping, whatever it could be, you got to go from 0 to 100 really quickly. And you cannot be hiring and training and scrambling to get all the things done that needs to get to $0 in revenue to $100,000 revenue all at the same time. You have to prepare and take that hit on the front end so that you know you're ready to go from 0 to 100 as fast as possible.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Rob gets it right now.
No. I mean, we did our like end of season sit down with everybody or like a couple people at a time, but we realized like we brought people in kind of, we had our initial group and then it was like, you get added on, you get added on, you get added on. And we never did like an actual like concentrated training. And then we kind of got to a point where we should have brought in like 5 or 6 people or 8 people that day and been able to, just crank out. Okay, cool. Here's 8 of you. We're going to spend one day doing training and figure out which ones of you should still be here tomorrow. Because we always get to that point too, where it's like when we let go of our seasonal people, it was like, whew, wow, all of us are less stressed for people. And we finally, like, we made it, it's going to be a thing we'll tell everybody, but it's an anchor test. If 2 people say you're an anchor, we'll have a discussion about it and then you're gone. Because we ain't dragging anchors around. Like you're either a value add or if you're an anchor, I'm okay. I'll go do the job by myself. We'll be fine. The one thing I will say with the recruiting in the off season is make sure that your budget is set right. We had whatever company we had running the ads. I think we ended up spending like $1,000 to $1,500 in Indeed ads and basically buried our office staff in doing a whole lot of work. One where we didn't need the people, but also it was like, oh my gosh, we need this money. Like it would have been okay to like not be just destroying our finances and just, hey, $200, $500, that would have been okay. And like realizing what was going on instead of, we have so many applicants.
Where are they going from?
Yeah, it was like, and then, yeah, it was a whole lot of stuff that it was not done efficiently, except for
you had it, but you had a big list.
Yeah, we had a whole lot to sort through. Yeah.
So that's another one too. Is think about your mindset and how you think when you're operating from a place of scarcity. Right, you're out of money. You're using your line of credit cards. And how you think about running your business at that point in time versus when you have $50,000 in your operating account. Totally different. And so when people are operating from a place of scarcity, they're not thinking to do exactly what you said, Rob, is let's hire 3 or 4 extra people and we can pick out the ones that are going to stick. And right, you're just taking to like, please pray that that one guy I'm hiring is going to work out for me. And if they don't, we're in trouble. Don't let yourself get to that point. Generally, when I'm coaching people, it's like under 7 figures, and you witnessed this too, Rob, is the whole first year, 2 years, it's like we have to get to the point where we're not dead broke in March. Like that's goal number 1, because it changes everything about our psyche and how we think about our business when we are operating from a point of scarcity and running on a line of credit versus operating from an operating account.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My accountant was like, you're probably gonna like he said the amount of money he thought we made, and I was like, I know we definitely did not profit that much, but I even told myself too, I was like, we are gonna operate through Christmas light season like we're broke. We're not gonna drop $10,000 in bonuses and Christmas party that was ridiculous last year. Like everybody was thrilled with what we did, and it cost a fraction of it. And so now we're sitting on money. But now when it's like, oh, well, let's transfer 12 grand for payroll. Let's transfer another 12 grand for payroll. It's like we've got this money. We actually have we can survive an awful January, February. Knock on wood. An amazing part of the February will be hanging out with Dan in the ice house.
This will be a good part. This is gonna be a badass ice house too. Two
I'm
furnaces,
excited.
2 working furnaces. You won't even know what to do with it. It'll be crazy.
Selling it.
Michael, you said a thing earlier, and this is the trap I used to fall in when I reactively recruited, which is, yeah, you have only the pool of A players at that time, but I think even worse is you don't even have that many A players in that pool. You might not have any A players in that pool, but you're going to end up hiring a person that's good enough. The first person that comes past you, like you're gonna like scrutinize them less. You're gonna get way less picky, and you're gonna hire somebody that's good enough. And then you're gonna build a team full of people that are good enough. And people that are good enough are not great. Eventually you'll get a great person by happenstance, and you'll be like, oh crap, most of my team sucks, and I have this one great person, and now they're probably gonna leave because they're stuck working with a bunch of shitheads because I hired a bunch of people that were good enough. And then 2 people quit, and we've all been here. And then you have to recruit reactively, and you totally dumpster hire. Like you hire shitty people because you're like, we have so much work on the schedule, I just need bodies. Done that plenty of times. And so I think there's a balance, like Rob, you pointed out. You can't spend all of your money recruiting right now. Don't go broke, right? Like manage the budget, but what you can do for $300 in ad boosting right now is going to cost you $1,000 or more dollars come spring. And your candidates will be better. Like be thoughtful about it, but build your list now, build the relationships now, make sure that you're building that bench, because it's way different when you have 10 people to pick from, and you're not going to just pick somebody that's good enough. You're going to pick the best of those 10 people. Right. And you might call them and they might say, hey, you know what? I actually found a great job and I'm loving it here. But the second or third person you call might say, yeah, I took a different job and this is just isn't for me. And, I got to give them my 2 weeks. And I think that's always a good sign, is when they can't come work for you tomorrow. When it's like, hey, I got a lot on my plate here. I want to send them off correctly. Like that tells you it's the right type of person off. Hey, where'd he go? Hey, where'd he go?
Oh, there he is.
The right kind of person. It's not a Trevor Steele. That is the
you're looking for an A player. I don't know. Did we say that? I was looking for A players.
You're looking for Trevor Titanium.
Yeah. Not Trevor Steele. What's that old school shit?
What's going on? You freaking losers. What are y'all doing?
He's out of here.
Bunch of jerks.
Bunch of jerkheads.
Just talking to people that like to go ice fishing. But now you're here too. So
those people exist?
I don't know. Mostly Rob. Michael's not coming. He's afraid of the cold.
He's afraid of the California curse.
What's that?
Yeah,
that's the Jeremy Jennings.
Yeah, Jeremy last year stepped in the fish hole, busted up his knee and dislocated his shoulder.
It sounds like Jeremy Jennings is a heck of a lot more fun than I am. So I'm not sure.
I think the fact that he was laying on that wet floor laughing he was still having fun, even when his leg was out of place and his shoulder was way out of place. He was still having a good time.
I don't know if he gets upset. He's one of those guys where he's just always happy.
Yeah.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
That's probably why he liked ice fishing so much.
And he's like, these guys will talk about me forever.
This is gonna be great. But no, I think that the problem with waiting to recruit, back to the recruiting combo, the problem with waiting to recruit until you need people is you're just always you're limiting yourself so much in what your options are. You don't have options to pick from, Your options to pick from are just who's in front of you right now, and normally it's going to be somebody that's good enough, not somebody that's fucking amazing. Pardon my French, but you want the person that's fucking amazing. And so like build your list, stay in touch, go get those people. Like they're out there, right? Everybody that posts on social media and complains about nobody wants to work anymore and you can't find good help. Like the reality is they just suck at recruiting. There's awesome people out there. There's a lot of shitheads too. But like do the work and build the process to go find the great people. They're out there. They exist. Somebody's got them.
I know I'm driving Sean crazy right now. He's been following up with me, and the most patient man on the planet. I just haven't found the time to pull it off, but
now's the time. You missed the first half of the show, which is right now is the best time of the year to recruit. It's right now.
That's what Sean said.
Supply and demand, baby. It is crazy. Like the amount of data. It's funny. I mean, it makes total sense, but a bunch of people looking for jobs, very few people recruiting. It's good. It's like the cheapest clicks you can get. Marco knows.
Fish in a barrel.
A players are everywhere. People just suck at leading. That and it is right. Like leadership is hard, retention is hard, but part of retaining your great employees is having other great employees, right? Like it's not all about you; it's about the team you surround them with. It's really like you might attract a really talented person, but if you have a team of shitheads, that really talented person isn't going to stick around very long because you just surrounded them with a bunch of shitty employees. So it's like it's got to be unanimous. What's up, Chad Murray?
We don't like shitty employees.
No, we don't. There. I think we can end the episode now. That was it.
Quote of the day.
Hello, everybody. How all you fellas doing today?
We're good.
We're winning. We ain't working broke. We're
Winning.
gonna stop working broke.
Exactly.
Dan's made a very large mixed drink.
Oh yeah.
And it's halfway gone. It's halfway
Those
gone.
ones where you like literally, it's like you're gonna do Jack and Coke, and it's an entire can of Coke, and then you still have a good bit of space for Jack.
Yeah, that's what's going on. It's Kessler though. It's Kessler, not Jack. But there was room for a full can, and it's not Coke because I'm cheap. It's Summit Cola from Aldi's.
Shut up. We love Aldi's. We just got an Aldi's in our small town, and we're all pumped about it.
Dude, it's so fun. Just make sure you have a quarter for the cart. One time I went through there without a quarter for the cart. I had to buy one of their big old pizzas to put all my other groceries on because I was walking through and I was like, I can't not buy these dried mangoes. Look at that price. I can't not buy this cheese. Look at that price. I can't not buy this other frozen pizza. Look at that price. So I literally bought a big pizza because I couldn't hold any more in my hands, and that became my tray that I carried around to put all my other stuff on. So if you do forget a quarter, don't worry. That's the strategy. Now you know. You're welcome.
In California, they outlawed bags. So now if you forget to bring bags to the grocery store, they have to give you boxes to put them in.
They outlawed bags.
Dude, I'm telling you, California is on another level right now.
Yeah, people are like carrying around their own bags, their own straws, just like drinking straws. Like, can I get a straw? No, you can't kill a dolphin.
16-year-old, you have to be in a car seat now.
That's next.
No, they just passed it.
I didn't know that.
They just passed. Oh, I'm not shitting you. They
that
look it
sounds
up.
like Newsmax.
Just
Chad.
passed it up to 16.
No way.
Oh, go look. I'm not
16
making
years
that
old?
shit up.
Dude,
I'm not making it up.
2 years later, though, you can die for your country.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you still got car seat wounds.
Well, you go from car seat to getting your license to where you don't have to be in a car seat anymore.
It's a clean break.
That's
It's
a
clean break.
wild 3-year transition.
Yeah.
Car seat, driver's license, go die in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Holy
You
crap.
got this. Good luck.
Well, it may be South America now. Who knows?
Oh yeah. Well, no,
Oh,
that's just America, I think now.
Yeah. It's America South.
Yeah.
Our 50,
Not South
our
America,
51st,
it's America
second,
South.
third, and fourth state.
That's right.
coming.
Marco threw this out there. I saw Jai put it on the screen 3 times, but I was too distracted telling stupid stories. Marco said, focus on the employee experience, and by default, the customer experience will fall into place. I couldn't agree more. Like, if your employees are awesome and are happy, like that's the thing your customers experience. So if your employee experience is great and they show up, the customers get them. right?
50% right, 50% not right.
What's the other 50%?
Well, you got to train him. You still got to train him. Just because you have a great employee doesn't mean he knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so
Well, the great employee's going to
it's
quit.
not just going to fall into place. That's not true.
No,
Everything kind of
so-
worked itself out in my experience, Chad. Because if an A player joins the C culture, they're like, I don't need to do this. I can work anywhere I want, and they're just going to leave.
Yep.
And then
just
the
interview
owner
them.
has to look in the mirror and say, they left because of me. Like, I need to fix this.
100%. But I mean, you still got to train them what to do and how to do it.
Mhm.
And the
I
A
would
player
say-
just makes it easier to train them, right?
I would
That's
say
right.
that's part of the employee experience, right? Like the employee experience comes from the moment they interact with you to the employee, to when you hire them and you onboard them, to like day one when they walk in and the vibe they get, to the training, to like the
Yeah.
career ladder. Like, I don't think the employee experience ever ends. If the way you set expectations, manage expectations, and deliver on those expectations is consistent, and you attract really good talent and lead really good talent, I think your customer experience, like, not that it can be neglected, right? Like, you still have to be intentional about it, but damn, it's so much easier to manage when you feel like you don't have to like chase your employees around and make sure they're doing their job.
Right.
Right.
The aura of the statement, Marco, is good. Don't get me wrong. But anyone taking that literal, it's like, oh, I hired an A player. I'll just let him go. No,
Let them rip.
no, that's not how that works. So A players can turn around and be B or B D players fast when they're on there, when they're John Wayning everything. And so
Yeah.
that can't happen.
I
So-
totally missed this one. Jay Camarero in the house. I haven't heard from Jay in so long. What's up, Jay? They outlawed bags in Connecticut a few years ago. Michael, you guys aren't even the first ones.
Dang.
California.
See?
You have to bring your own
Look at
reusable
followers
bags.
in
You have to
California.
buy- Now they will at least sell you reusable bags in the store. And I have bought some bags in the Aldi when
Bags.
I make
Yeah,
my way.
because Aldi does the boxes like Costco, right? They do the
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, you can make that happen. You can make that
Hey,
happen.
In Texas, you can have your choice. What kind of plastic? How thick a plastic do you want? How big of a plastic bag do you want? Paper? Bring your own bag. We don't care.
Yeah, just do it.
Clean
A
state,
bag
pretty
for your
clean state,
extra
too.
pistol. You might need
Yeah.
little bags for your guns.
Yeah. North Carolina, you just have a handgun in your back pocket just hanging out.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
Oh, there you go.
Boom. There you
That
go.
too.
I do. It is funny though, because now in California, like you said, Michael, like you got your straw that you got to carry with you. You got to carry your bags with it. You guys are going to need to go back to wearing like Jinkos with cargo pockets to have enough
Nice.
space to store all the things you need to haul around, right? Like you're gonna have like triple cargos on each side for all your goodies, or fanny packs. You might opt for the fanny
2002's gold, baby.
pack. Mhm.
Jinko and a skateboard. I used to put my skateboard in my Jinkos.
You just one leg looked a little straighter than the other, but you could hardly tell.
Rollerblades in the other side, you know?
There you go.
We
You
did
talked
both
about-
in the early 2000s.
Talked about straws earlier. This is funny because they outlawed the metal straws. I went to metal straws years ago. I love my metal straws, but apparently some people can't use a metal straw, choking on them, getting falling down and stuff. So they outlawed making them.
But
Can't
what if
buy
did
metal
you,
straws.
Oh,
I love it. That's exactly what I
Those
have.
are great
I have 40
straws,
of them.
Trevor.
I
I
have
have
40
those.
of those, Trevor. I love those straws.
and what happens if somebody's like choking or
these.
whatever the thing is where you have to poke a hole in their neck and do a tracheotomy? What
You got a
happens
straw now?
That's
Yeah.
outlawed.
Yeah.
No, that's illegal in California.
to do that to people?
Yes.
To
Yes.
save their life? It's illegal to save people's lives.
These straws are super thick. So if you are like don't want to waste time, you just want to
That's
get
what
your
she said.
water intake.
That's-
Well, I just do
Yeah,
the
that's what
Stanley
she
now
said.
that has its own straw built in.
Mhm.
That's my go-to now.
Hey,
Look at
I don't
us.
know if you guys are aware, but you can actually drink stuff without a straw. Like, like, I see all four of you have
You're
straws.
missing the
and I just want to be
experience,
really
brother.
clear. I just want to be really clear. You actually don't need a straw.
You are the only true blue collar person here, Dan. We're like we need to
You
get
guys
this
are
fixed.
you guys are getting soft. Oh geez, look at
Heyo.
that. He's got a built-in
Heyo.
straw. Is that a straw or just a mouthpiece? How would you define that? Is it a straw or a mouthpiece? You know.
Rob, you're there you go.
I don't know.
Yep, I was muted. Fun story about this one. You would have liked it, Dan. We had
Oh, I
a
love a good straw story. Let me
good
hear it.
straw story, right?
This is gonna be great.
we get this oxidation removal job. It's like way out there, and it was a referral, but it was like a $5,000 or $6,000 job. So we send 2 crews out there, and I'd even asked the lady ahead of time. I was like, "Hey, I'm sending this one guy's going to ask you if he can fish off your dock. And she's like, oh, that's fine. I don't care, you know. So he gets down there, and other guys were pissed off because like the lady made like cookies, brownies, made them custom cups for everybody who was there with their names on it. Like while they're there, dude casts his line like 5 times, catches 3 fish. And I forget which guy wasn't there, but dude, he was like, what? Why did you not put me on that job? And like she tipped everybody like $100 each and a special cool cup.
And a sweet straw.
Yeah, and a sweet straw. Yeah.
That's a hell of a client. That's a hell of a client.
But I lost the bottom of the cup somewhere. It's at home.
That's okay. Straws are usually universal. Like they work with almost all liquids.
Yeah.
I'd stay away from like gasoline and stuff like that, but you know, you'll know what to use it on and what not to.
And if you're still watching this show and you're still sticking with us, first of all, kudos. Incredible.
Our listener count has gone up since we got into the straw discussion.
Also, you need to get a laugh.
I'm sorry for bringing it up.
He's going to be joining soon.
Here, we do need to do this. Hey, Jai, do we need to take any commercial breaks or are we free?
No. We're good.
We're riding it out.
Yeah, we're riding it out.
We got like 15 minutes left. I want to do this because as we're talking about employees, my favorite thing about talking about employees are about talking about the worst ones and the best ones. And so we're just going to do a round table here. I almost feel like we need to put Chad last or we'll never get all the way around.
What?
Well, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So I'm either gonna go first or not at all.
All right, you can go first. You can choose like worst, like funny worst story or best story if you want to warm everybody's hearts.
Michael.
I'm a Thunder Stealer. I can go.
Yeah. Let it rip. What do you got?
I could leave. I don't have to be here.
I don't have to be here. What are we talking about? Straws? What's the question? Put me on the hot seat here.
What was the best straw you ever used?
Yeah. Worst employee story. Okay, I got to go second.
Worst employee story, best employee story, whatever you want.
Better be not me.
I mean,
Michael.
it could be like a termination. Usually it comes with a termination story. I'll do mine first. Like there's a couple dandies that I've got. There's the Tony story. I always tell the Tony story about when I had to fire the guy and rewrite all my core values. But I think a more like impactful one, because Tony didn't come back with a gun. But we had this guy, Chris, that I fired. And I shouldn't say I fired him. I was in that transition of like letting my managers fire their team members. And so Chris was like reaching out to me. He was still in training and he was like letting me know he was coming in late. And I was like, don't tell me, tell Brent, tell Zach, like those guys are your managers, right? So Chris showed up late. They finally got on the road. Brent and Zach and I were going back and forth and everybody agreed like this guy's got to go. So we'll let him go at the end of the day, right? We're not going to like send him off on the job site. They get him back. And then Brent, I think, was the one to let him go. And then he started screaming at Brent, like, you don't know me. I'm a blah, 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 like in his face, threatening him. Then Zach came in. Then he started threatening Zach. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to tell him about all, like saying whatever. Then he calls me and screams at me for like a half an hour and how he's going to teach us a lesson. Like he kept saying that I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to teach you guys a lesson. And I'm like, all right, man, like we'll be there. Like we'll all be at the shop. What I didn't tell him is the cops are going to be there too. So like, feel free to teach us whatever lesson you need to teach us in front of some authorities, because I'm not going to have my employees like whatever, like when you show up to teach us whatever lesson you need to teach us. So the cops are there. He shows up. He's fired. He shows up, but he has to show up because his brother still works for us and he has to drive his brother to work in their like crappy old minivan. He drives his brother Tommy in. Tommy was a great dude. Didn't stick around much longer for other reasons, but he shows up and the authorities are like, hey man, what are you doing here? Like, you don't work here anymore. And he's like, well, I got to drop my brother off. And they're like, well, sounds like it kind of got a little hot yesterday. So we were just here to like, to calm things down. And they're like, do you mind if we see your license? It got suspended. I didn't realize it, but his license had gotten suspended. So then he had to sit there at our office and wait for his mom to come pick him up. It was the best. It was like the best. Gotcha. And then I was like, man, I hope he doesn't have my address and show up at my house. But anyway, that was he would have done it by now if he was going to teach us a lesson. But man, that was the lesson. Is
have you ever watched Billy Madison?
Of course.
Yeah, of course, right? You know the scene where the guy grows up and decides he's going to kill people and he's got a
Yeah.
list of names?
Yeah.
That's you.
I'm
You're
on that
on
guy's
somebody's
list.
list of names.
I'm on
Yeah,
Chris's list.
You need to make this right, like now.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I feel like if I call him, he's just going to tell me he's going to teach me a lesson. I
No,
think I'm gonna hope he lost the list. He was a pretty irresponsible dude. I think he probably lost the list by now.
He's probably really into straws. Instead of leaning back and putting the lipstick on, he's probably just like grabbing a
Yeah,
straw
he's not
collection
putting
and being
lipstick
like,
on. Yeah.
I call these my daddy can beat up your daddy stories.
Yeah.
All right, I got one current. I got a current.
Hold
bad
on, wait.
story.
We might need
Oh.
Michael to go.
No,
'cause
go.
Michael's
I
gotta
can't
go.
beat that. I mean, if we were doing a one-up challenge, I would definitely lose.
No, not a one-up challenge.
Oh,
Just,
goodness.
just a story. Just
But I'll go.
no, you guys go ahead.
That might be able to beat me. I just would have to have like a. Can we have a worst employee battle?
I didn't know we were taking votes. Maybe the audience can vote on the best worst story.
I'm gonna win.
I want to hear Trevor's, and then I'm going to go.
Yeah, Trevor.
All right, Trevor, let her rip.
So I have
Michael's
a-
already heard most
I have
of
an
mine.
employee that last November got injured, ended up well over $100,000 worth of workman's comp stuff, right? At the end of that, ended up suing Clean Image. So we're still dealing with all that, like their insurance company suing our insurance company and blah, blah, blah. Who knows? I don't even know how it works. Dropped my GL policy, believe it or not, was dropped as a result of it. So I had to go out and source another GL policy, which I didn't even know, they communicated, but apparently they do. And then I find out today from one of our customers, they sent us a screenshot.
This just happened.
Yeah, this is happening right now.
Man, he's being pulled off.
He's blowing me up, trying to whatever. I don't even know what it just feels like. He's trying to catch me saying something in writing. So I'm just
Be careful what you're about to tell us, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying nothing. I'm doing nothing, but he is actively pursuing my contact list. I guess he still had access to our CRM, and he started his own pressure washing company, and he's saying that he's going to be better and cheaper. So that's today.
That's a dumb thing to say. I'd rather be better and more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't tell him that part. He might be listening.
Everybody thinks they can do it better. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Happy New Year. Beautiful
See you,
people.
Michael.
Bye, Michael.
See you, Mike.
Strong. Go home.
Your team's killing it for me.
Love you.
See you, brother.
All right, Rob, what you got?
Man, I've been thinking through all this. I mean, the biggest threat was a non-employee. He interviewed for a service manager position, wanted to make guaranteed 15 or 20 grand more than what I pay myself, and wasn't willing to come in to do a shadow day. And like we were still interviewing people, and then like he calls back 2 days. It was like 4th of July or whatever, 5th of July. He blows us up with a 1-star review, all this stuff that we weren't considering him, that we're just wasting his time and all. And it was like there had been all this stuff that was like there's just something that doesn't add up, something doesn't seem right, whatever with him. And of course, we parked everything in the 12,000 square foot shop that night. I'm contacting my good friend who's an attorney. He's like, that's premeditated, an absolute threat, all the things. And then we actually literally watched like a house directly across from his house 2 days later, or like within a week. So like I show up, I set up the GoPro to like record us, but also make sure that if he decides to be a dipshit and come over, we've got that covered. And then I don't know. We had the we had to fire somebody last week for road rage. That was fun. Oh, you flashed your lights at me. I'm gonna flash my lights and honk at you and brake check you, and you're gonna brake check me, and then ended up literally assaulting somebody in front of a state trooper.
That's actually probably the best way for it to go down. At least then there's like solidarity. Like, yep, we got a witness, and it's the right witness.
Yeah, it is the state trooper with a body camera. Yeah, that was something. And man, we fired somebody. I think you guys heard, but we fired somebody when we were doing our zoo project. We're up there 4 days. We're 2 hours away from the job or from our work site, and this one person just not working out, not doing anything. She's pissing other people off, like telling, hey, you should move the ladder this way, like standing with the hands inside the pockets and whatnot. And person didn't have their license, didn't have their own car, and like we've got all these things that we're gonna sign like next year when we go to DC. Like you're responsible. You will get some money up front so that you have spending money. If you do not work out, it is your job to call yourself an Uber and figure out your own transportation. So like she thought I was going to drive her back to Salisbury. I was like, I'm making money per hour, good money per hour here. I'm not driving 4.5 hours round trip, and had to drop her off like outside of a mall. I was like, you can wait for your ride to pick you up here. I'm done. I got to get back to work.
You're good here. The train stops here.
Yeah,
Those are always weird ones. Chad, I know you got a dandy. What's
you got to switch dandy.
So it's not one employee; it's my entire sales staff at one time.
Oh,
My entire, all 4 of them in Dallas. It's in my book. All 4 of them in Dallas. I catch wind that they're starting their own company while using my trucks and my equipment. And how I caught on to it was I got systems. I can check this stuff out. And all of a sudden, I asked my CFO who does all the checks stuff, and I said, "Hey, look at the routes that guys are taking on their GPS, and do they look funny? Because I don't know why I just have this. When I smell a skunk, I don't know what it was that made me think of it. It just didn't feel right. In a meeting, someone said something in the sales meeting. I don't remember what it was. So sure enough, he calls. I texted him that, and then 15 minutes later, he calls me back. Yeah, these guys are all over the place. Like all you gotta do is look and see what they're supposed to do, and it should be a pretty clean circle from house to house, home to home, right? No, it looks like supposed to go here, and then all of a sudden come over here, and then back to all that, and it's this big spider web, or it looks like like pretty much a COVID symbol. It's all over the place. It just looks sick. It's not right. So
COVID has a logo?
yeah, it does. It has a little
Jai, we're gonna need you to look that up.
There's been a lot of COVID branding. Weren't you here for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sold that shit to us real good.
Oh yeah. And so
branding.
So what do? I find someone that's going to do a sting on these guys, and it's one of my best friend's sister-in-law. She's all into it. We go buy like 3 or 4 GoPros. We mic her up. We do everything like we're doing a Dateline thing. There it is, the picture right there with the little red things on it.
That's
anyway. So she has a chimney, hadn't been worked on it forever. So it's like I said, I will fix your chimney for free, which is about a $14,000 job. I said, I will do it for free. If you set these people up and we get them on camera doing all the shit. So she's like, oh, well, yeah, of course. And she loved it. She like Meryl Streep the shit out of it. Nice. And so one of the guys had a brand new van we hadn't logoed up yet. He was the man doing all the estimates. And I didn't know that it had been 2 months that we bought 5 new vans at one time. And John just kept my GM, just kept forgetting to get his done.
Man, can I get it wrapped like next week?
Yeah.
Give me a week.
So sure enough, she made the appointment. We had the recording. I knew right away it was funny. It was them. They show up. She gives them the full estimate. They got it. He shows up in my van when it's 100 degrees out and puts on a freaking huge black jacket to cover up his uniform, which was hilarious. And I was just like, she asked him, why are you putting a jacket on? He goes, oh, well, and she said something stupid. Well, anyway, he ends up selling her like $7,000, which I was kind of funny with, like this $14,000 job all day long. Sells her $7,000.
They're going to do a better job for cheaper, Chad.
She signs. And then what was great about, since I know the industry very well and kind of an influencer, I saw the order and I went, I know. So we put GoPros now on our stock because they bought about a 2,000 set of gas logs. Well, we have a warehouse of gas logs. So we put GoPros on things they're going to steal from us. Well, the GoPros don't show anything wrong. They don't come and steal from us. So I'm like, okay, who do they know from our distributors? So I called up a distributor, nailed right away. The lady I'm friends with, she just starts singing like, oh yeah, this guy, he ordered from us, blah, blah, blah. It's shipping today. I said, oh good, let that thing ship. So I said, call me back when you ship that. She, okay. Calls me back. It's shipped. I said, good. I call up my girl. I said, cancel the order. Cancel the order. So she does. He's all pissed. He's swearing at her and all this kind of stuff. $2,000. It cost him about $1,000. And so I'm like, okay. So we catch him. We got all the evidence. I know this is all terrible. I mean, we're busy too, by the way. And I'm going to fire. I don't want to fire these guys because I don't want to pay their unemployment when their business goes bad because they're terrible business people. I knew that. Two of them were good sales guys. The other two I could have got rid of. So I'm like, I need to get these guys to quit. Not fire them. I need to get these guys. I don't want to be responsible for their unemployment when they go bad in the next year, or something. So I'm thinking, okay, these guys they're all in their mind like I'm going to make them start clocking in and out. They're going to refuse that because they're outside sales exempt. So I'm like, but I'm going to make them clock in and out. And it's not illegal for me to do that. So it's like, okay. So I call up my general manager who does not know about it yet because I didn't want him to give off any vibes in meetings. He sees these guys every day. I call him up. I tell him the whole story. He understands why I didn't tell him because I didn't want to put up any vibes. He goes, well, what are we going to do? I said, well, I guess I'm out of retirement. I'll come and do four guys' jobs. We'll hire and I'll train 2 new guys. We'll have better guys and it'll all be fine. I'm okay with that. And so, but you're going to tell these guys in the morning, first thing in the morning at 7:30, they got to start clocking in and out. And we have an app to do it. So they got to start using the app. And I got ready that morning and I knew at 7:32, I'd get a phone call from John that they quit. 7:32 comes, phone call comes, they're quitting. And I said, put me on speaker. I said, guys, and I explained the situation, being cool. I said, guys, I just, because of IRS reasons and stuff, I got to track where you guys are at, insurance, not half all not right. I mean, it's my right to do that as a business owner. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that. I said, okay, well, then John, hand them all a piece of paper, sign your resignation, to give me resignations, and I'll actually be up there to talk to you in a little bit, about 15 minutes. 15 minutes away. Showed up. They're all at the door. They all are right at my door. I call up my buddy, who's a police officer. I said, are you off right now? He goes, yeah, I just got off. I said, can you go? What was the night before? I said, can you get off at 7? Can you go to the shop and sit there for me? He goes, sure, not a problem. He's one of my best friends. Not a problem with his cruiser. Goes and sits there, kind of like your story. And so I pull in. I'm getting out, and they're all 4 right on me, like white on rice. They're they didn't want to quit. They didn't want the revenue to be taken. Their business wasn't ready to do all that. And I looked at them. I looked at John, who was right behind me. I said, John, they signed their papers. I said, yeah. I said, get the beep off my property and give me your keys. Get the out of here. And they're like, no, what? We got to get our stuff. I said, no. You're not getting anything out of your trucks. You can come back tomorrow after I clean it, inventory, and all that. You can get it tomorrow. Get the fuck out of here. And I look over at my buddy Dennis, and Dennis is looking at me. He goes, you want me to get out? And you can see him in his car like it. I said, no, we're good. And the guys see him do that, and they all just start walking. And by the way, we're in an industrial park. There was nowhere. You had to walk 2 miles just to get to civilization.
Yeah.
I said, get by, get out. So then I trained 2 guys in the next 2 months. Those guys were better. Never looked back. That was like 2017.
Yeah. It is funny. It's like we put up with bad behaviors for a while, and like it builds and builds and builds, and eventually it's like, man, I could have been doing better the whole time. I just didn't. I never like put the screws to it, right? I didn't like.
They weren't bad. 2 guys. I mean, I was doing $75K a week. These guys weren't bad. They weren't bad. The new guys, 3 guys took. I trained 2 guys. We hired. Then those guys trained 1 more guy. 3 guys were doing $100K a week. Then.
Yeah, so that's a new bar.
Yeah, it was awesome.
New bar.
I was like, thank you guys. You just helped me build a better company.
Hell yeah. All right, we gotta wrap it up. I got Jai, play me some tunes, Jai. Serenade me, Jai. We got Kenny Kaufman coming on tonight. There's the logo. There's the logo, Jai. It looks like a kid's toy, doesn't it? Kind of looks like a kid's toy.
One of those suction cup toys.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
All right, good day, mate.
Did Chad? Good closer story.
Thank you.
Love it. Kenny Kaufman, outdoor lighting perspective, like million dollar landscape lighting business, has franchise, has a bunch of cool stuff going on. He's coming on tonight. Beer drinking buddy. Every time I see Kenny, we have a beer. It'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait to catch up with him. That's it. That's a wrap. We're back. We're back, Jai. We're doing it. I should probably like get my kids and do dad stuff for a little bit. So I'm gonna go do that. You guys know what to do. Work smarter and harder. Go earn some pride. Oh, that was perfect timing with the music. Can you believe that? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Peace.